Chris Popper here in Bangor. I'm joined by Coach Mark Shields down in Bar Harbor. And Coach, it's hard to believe what we're now 9 days into the season. Today I think is the last day of two-a-days, correct?
Yes, yes. Everybody was excited about that, including the coaching staff, that this was our last 6 a.m. practice today.
Yeah, it's been a long 9 days. You did have the controlled scrimmage on Monday, and that was what against Bucksport and Ellsworth. Ellsworth, there was I guess a mix-up between Washington Academy. They had the wrong day supposedly of their controlled scrimmage, so Ellsworth came down. Talk to us a little bit how that went. I saw a little bit of it, and the defense was firing on all cylinders. I don't know who the defensive coach is, Coach Shields, but the defense looked pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. At times, I would say we looked, uh, I would say, fairly organized, and we were lining up in the right spots most of the time. Yeah, it was an interesting day because we were prepping for Bucksport all week, and then I found out on Sunday that right things didn't pan out between Ellsworth and Washington Academy. So Mr. Dow, um, just let me know that Ellsworth would be coming down, and it actually worked out really well. I thought the officials did a nice job. Um, they split the field basically, so end zone to 50-yard line, and we were able to get two groups going at once, which was really nice.
Sure.
So, for instance, we started out against Bucksport. Ellsworth was still warming up, so we were on the full field with Bucksport. But then we did separate and we did from 50 in. With our ones with Ellsworth, with our ones with Bucksport, your twos, your threes, what have you. And all the kids ended up getting, substantial playing time, and we got a lot of reps in. And so it turned out to be a really nice day.
Yeah, I mean, and we actually had a little bit of rain, which was even nicer because God knows we need the rain. So that was good. And now Friday night, what you're heading up to Stearns for the exhibition game.
Right. So we scrimmage on Monday. We have practice on Tuesday, practice double sessions Tuesday, double sessions today being Wednesday. We have picture day, which is
I'm
Mr.
coming
Dow's.
down for that.
Yep,
I
yep,
mean, right?
yep. The paparazzi will be there. Mr. Dow's favorite day. He's always in a good mood for picture day.
Oh Lord,
We've
help
warned all the
us.
kids, just get your
Yes,
uniforms on and get in the gym on time. Um,
right. Do
and
not
then,
say a word. Just
right,
move
just
in,
we'll be
smile,
fine.
and keep going. Right? It's a
I think
machine.
right now the kids I think are scared to death of Mr. Dow because I'm like, just get in the gym and be quiet. And then when he tells you to come up, just come up, okay? And then get your picture
That's
out of there.
Look, after 20 years, I'm still scared of Mr. Dow. So, I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so right, picture day today. Excuse me. Then we'll have practice tonight. Tomorrow being Thursday, no morning. The kids have school, and everybody's excited about that. Um, we'll have tomorrow is kind of a unique night because we have the AYS barbecue. So we'll have practice from 3:30 to 5:30 up on the practice field. We'll come down to the alumni field. We'll have our barbecue with the AYS kids and parents. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll get on the varsity field and we'll have, some basically I call it a field day. We do some fun activities with the AYS kids until 7 o'clock. And then,
Right.
right. And then we're on Friday, we're headed to Stearns.
Well, and that's kind of good because, that we have to all learn about getting getting on the bus and getting on time and what are we supposed to what are we supposed to pack. I mean, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's actually a good thing for us that we're on the road, even though it's going to be a late night, Friday night, because we're on the road the following week against Holton. So this will be a test run for that. And the kids, the older kids know our expectations as far as preparation and bus rides to games and such. But like what I find, your first road trip, I have 2 or 3 kids that don't know where their travel bag is to put
Right.
their equipment in, and how do we conduct ourselves on the bus, and are we talking to one another? What exactly are we looking for here? So we'll set the expectations for that. John DeGrassa, one of our parents and our head maintenance guy, is going to have a trailer, and we're going to be putting all of our gear in his trailer,
Oh, very good.
which is nice because the cheerleaders are not traveling with us this year. So that means we have only one bus. And last year we found only one bus with all their gear really is not comfortable.
Yeah.
So
It-
John volunteered to do that for us, to bring that gear up for us. So that's amazing. That will really help to give us a little more leg room on our bus.
So the cheerleaders will not be traveling to away games this year?
That's what I've been told by Mr. Dow. He said
Oh,
they'll be there for the home games, but will not be traveling with us for the away games.
which which is unfortunate, I think.
I
Because the cheerleaders are such an important part of the team, especially on the road. And I mean, MDI travels very, very well, and in certain games last year, I mean, there were more MDI fans when you count the cheerleaders um, than there were home fans, and that's well, I mean, it is what it is. Costs of bus and bus driver availability and things like that. But yeah, it
Yeah.
changing times,
Yep.
changing
Yes,
times.
it is.
Um, how has practice gone? I mean, with the 2 a days, and I mean, obviously you're working on special teams now because we know that special teams are so important. In games.
Right. So as we talked about before on this show, for our 2 days, our morning practice, we're either in the weight room and then we go up on the field and do special teams, or we condition right on the field and do special teams after that, which is nice. So it gives us that extra time. And then our evening practices are focused on offense or defense or both. The scrimmage against Stearns, I actually have been emailing with the Stearns coach this morning. The special teams we've decided will be dead, but we will, I think, line up possibly and maybe run through them. I definitely for punt team and punt return team. I'm not sure about kickoff. Sometimes we'll just put the ball maybe on the 25 or 30 and go. But we're trying to protect the kids from injury as much as we can with this preseason game. Stearns coach said they'll have maybe like 22, 23 kids suited up. I'll have about 24, 25 kids suited up. So we want to make sure that we're, preventing, injury as much as we can. And so, yeah, so special teams now will be incorporated in our evening practices once we get in our regular routine.
I mean, it's so important to go through that because unfortunately, I mean, games that I've called, you'll see, consecutive offsides plays on punting or consecutive offside plays on the kickoff. And, gosh, you don't want to give up 5, 10 yards when you're punting or when you're kicking off and then give the opposing team a better opportunity to return the ball.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, Chris. Great point. I talk to the kids a lot, and we've seen it against us with kickoff return.
Yes.
With our kickoff team, and the other team returning it for touchdowns. Um, Special teams, I find, are momentum changers. Right? They're big plays. They're exciting plays. Um, if you make a big play on special teams, I feel like it heightens your team. If you give one up, then it's going to heighten the other team. So that it. I talk to the kids. Listen, we start day one with special teams before offense and defense. I mean, it's that important to us, and we do invest a lot of time in that. And this year, um, Elias Byrne and Will Mossing are kind of doing it together.
Yeah.
Elias Byrne is taking over the offense, so Will is slowly, Mossing is slowly moving into that role. And as the season progresses, he is our special teams coordinator, and he's really excited about it. He's a young guy, and even in the NFL, those special teams coordinators, those guys have a lot of energy on the sideline, and
Yes,
and
they do.
Will's that guy. So I think he's going to do a fantastic job.
Yeah, which is great. And I mean, and I love the fact that you're doing the AYS barbecue, because I mean, all of these kids have members of your team have all played for the AYS, and I love to see how it, when you have these full circle moments.
Yeah, that's a fun night. This is something we've been doing. Actually, I'll give credit to Mark Arnold. When he was head coach, he came up with this idea to have this combined barbecue and then field night, and we just continued on with that. And yeah, you're right. When you're a little guy playing football, I remember being a little guy playing football in the Skowhegan system, and the high school kids, they seemed like they were professional football players. You really do look up to them, and it's kind of nice for them to get together and have those times. And then it's fun to get them out on the field and get them running around. I love to watch them. There's a lot of laughing, and they're just having a good time. So I totally agree. The more we can promote football on Mount Desert Island, the more we can make it fun for kids. I think that's super important.
Yeah, I mean, I actually love when the kids run out onto the field, um, you know, whatever night that is, during the season, and they run through the tunnel and they high five all the players and Bunky Dow, and I mean, it's just, this is the future. And I mean, I love it when it's basketball, they do it with basketball, and it's just the future of MDI high school sports, seeing it with these younger kids. And like you said, they look up to these varsity players as, the it, Bar Harbor's, version of the Patriots or of the Celtics, and it's just, it's so neat to see. Um, how are the skill positions coming? I mean, I know you're going to you have a brand new quarterback this year. Some uh, running back changes and things like that. I mean, you're encompassing players who got some playing time last year, who are going to be playing an awful lot this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the offensive side of the ball, we have a couple guys repping at quarterback. Ripley Hawkins has been getting most of the reps throughout the preseason, and Alistair Frangelo, hopefully we'll get some reps soon. And Tyson Mace, Trey DeGrassa have been getting reps at the quarterback position. And then the nice thing at the running back position, we do have two guys coming back, real solid running backs in Kenneth Stillwell and Lincoln Gray.
Both punishing runners.
Yeah, they're big, strong kids. They have good speed. They have experience, so that's really going to help. And then you throw in, like an Asa Joyce. Asa, he's a sophomore this year, and he'll get some carries. He's coming along. Another guy that's new to football for us is Lucas Olson. We've been giving him the ball a little bit, and he looks good. So yeah, it's exciting to see what these guys can do this season. And on the defensive side of the ball, like defensive backfield, we've lost some really good defensive backs the last couple of years. So that one there, we're still, as a defensive coordinator, I'm still repping a lot of kids. And we'll see, who ends up starting against Holton here in another week. But the kids are working hard and had great attitudes, and we're just trying to get better each day at those positions.
Yeah, and I mean, those defensive backs are such an important role, because if you could throw the ball in eight-man football, you know where the ball's supposed to be going. As a defensive back, you've got to be backpedaling and watching the quarterback and keeping an eye on the receiver, and your head's on a swivel, and it can be a lot for a new player.
Yeah, absolutely. And teaching defensive backs is something new to me. I've always been a defensive end linebacker, nose guard type coach. And this year, well, actually last year I started coaching the defensive backs, and I've done a lot of studying up and watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I bend Mark Arnold's ear a lot because he's a defensive back guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of the guru that I go to. So yeah, I'm learning kind of with the kids and trying to keep it as simple as possible. I've always believed that try to keep it simple so the kids can be athletes on the field and not be thinking about too much. And that way we're hopefully a little more successful.
Yeah, and I mean, football, everybody thinks, okay, football is strength, it's physicality, but there's a lot of mental preparation. I mean, you got to know the playbook. You got to know where you're supposed to be in various formations. You got to remember the snap count. I mean, yeah, so many times we've seen people forget the snap count. Okay, well, we're going to go on two, and yet you have people firing off on one, and you're like, oh my God, we just talked about it in the huddle. We just walked up to the line of scrimmage. How can you forget the snap count? But there's so many things that are going on that, I mean, it's really a mental and physical game.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's a lot of moving parts with every play. And, I tell the kids, especially in the preseason, I'm not worried about mental mistakes at all. What I want to see is, 100% participation, going full speed, being aggressive on the field, playing hard. That's really what we're looking for. I mean, I think there was one play against Ellsworth on Monday, and like you said, with the defensive backs, you got to figure out what formations the offense is in, and that will determine what defense we're going to run. Well, we got confused, and my corner, my free safety, who should have been over on the corner side, was in the middle of the field, which was typically our cover three, where he has the middle of the field, and in our cover two, he should have had the half. So I had him in the wrong spot, and then my defensive end was in a 3-point stance, which we don't do. He was supposed to be in a 2-point stance. I asked him, I won't name his name, but he's like, honestly, coach, we had just come off offense, and I still was thinking I might be on offense. And so there's a lot that can go wrong. Let's just
Well,
say,
yeah, when you're playing both ways, sometimes you got to remember which, who you're supposed to hit and what are you supposed to do.
so Ellsworth runs a sweep with their best running back to that side, of course, where I had my defensive end in a 3-point stance, and my corner was way in the middle of the field. That kid got out there, and it was number 33. I can't remember his name, but he's really good. And
Yeah.
he was probably like, what kind of defense is MDI running over here? But
And can you run that again in October when we're playing for real,
yeah,
right?
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. All right. I will see you later this afternoon. We'll both be on our best behavior for picture
Okay.
day. I already know it's my fault when things go wrong. Eh, It just works out that way.
Yeah.
And we will talk next week. Best of luck on Friday up in Stearns. All
Awesome.
right. I'll see you
Thanks.
later this afternoon. And good luck tomorrow in school for real.
Oh, yeah. It's getting
All right.
real now.
Yeah.